Did you know that in France you can marry a dead person? Guess you wouldn't have to worry about arguing with them. I'm your host, Donna Kunis, and on this episode of Pounding Hearts, we are kicking it back to the past and comparing this generation couples to old generations. Let's meet tonight's couples. These two have been married for 69 years today. They have known each other since the war, where she performed an amputation on his infected arm. Meet your first couple, Mabel and Lark Ludicrous.
Here?
Yep, right here.
Honey, it's in the chair.
These next two hippies have been married for 3 years. They met at a protest for legalizing marijuana in Minnesota. You'll see them cruising around in their van listening to some Bob Dylan blaring through their rolled down windows. Meet the next couple, Errol and Sony. Hello and welcome to the Pounding Hearts Show. How are you guys today?
Good.
I'm great.
That's good. I'm excited to have you here with us today. Ladies, please head backstage so we can start with the questions. So guys, answer this statement. My first kiss with my spouse made me think. Lark, your answer please?
Our first kiss was soon after my arm amputation, and the first thing that came to my mind was I'd let her cut off anything else of mine for another kiss.
I'm sure you wouldn't have let her cut anything off, but you must have really loved her with that first kiss. What about you, Arlo?
I was kind of out of it at the time, man. But maybe flowers.
Flowers? Huh. All right, next question. What is the first thing your spouse would buy if they won the lottery?
Oh, man. A new guitar.
Musical family, are ya?
That's right.
And what about you, Lark? What would Mabel buy?
Maybe some implants. She can sweep the floor with those things.
I would guess your floors are always clean then. Oh, now it's time to bring in the ladies and see which couple can match them up the most responses. Ladies, your husbands were asked 2 questions for which they had to answer. Are you ready to see how you do? First question. My first kiss with my spouse made me think. Mabel, what would your husband say he first thought when you two kissed?
I was the best kisser in the world.
Aw, that's so sweet. Lark, what did you put?
Oh, Lark.
And Sony, what do you think Arlo thought of?
He was probably thinking about that protest we were at.
Arlo, is that true?
No, man.
The next question is, what is the first thing your spouse would buy if they won the lottery? Sony?
A guitar to strum away to.
What'd you say, Arlo? Correct. That's 5 points on the board for Arlo and Sony. And what about you, Mabel? What would you buy if you won the lottery?
Oh, I know. The newest jet ski in the world.
Those are so fun, but careful. I hear they aren't too good on one's back. Lark, what did you say Mabel would buy?
You won't get to see those muggers again if you talk about them like that. I think they are nice.
Well, it looks like Arlo and Sony are in the lead with 5 points, while the Ludicrous are behind with 0. Now it's the ladies' turn to answer some questions. Let's send the men backstage. Question 1. What is your spouse's most irritating habit? Mabel?
The way he eats like this.
That sounds very annoying. What about you, Sony? What's Arlo's most irritating habit?
He's always playing that music he listens to a little too loudly while I'm trying to be one with the earth.
Oh no, let's move on to the final question. What are your spouse's most repeated word, phrase, or sentence? Sony?
Arlo's most repeated word is by far, man.
I've noticed that already today. Mabel, what does Lark say frequently?
I don't have the right arm. Can you do it for me? I do everything I am.
Oh my, well you sound like a busy woman. I think it's time for the men to come back and join us. Welcome back. So the first question is, what is your spouse's most irritating habit? What is your most irritating habit, Arlo?
Getting a little too into the natural gifts of life. I love the earth.
What'd you say, Sony?
Nah, man.
So, Lark, what is your habit?
Well, she always yells at me when I eat.
Is he right?
Oh, what's it say? Oh, we got points.
And it's about time you learn to stop it.
I don't have any teeth. And I just have moisturizer everywhere.
That's 5 points for the ludicrous. Tied show 5-5 with one question remaining. What is your spouse's most repeated word, phrase, or sentence? Lark?
I'm always telling those kids to get off my lawn.
And Mabel, what did you say?
Oh.
Kids these days. What about you, Arlo?
Man.
Well, that does it. 5 more points go to Arlo and Sony, which means they finish with 10 points, and Lark and Mabel finish with 5 points. Thank you, couples, for coming to the show. And a big thank you to our viewers for watching this back to the past episode of the Pounding Heart Show.
I tried.
No, you didn't.
You could have brought your other wife with you.
Hey, no fighting in the studio.
No wife.
Stop it. I'm out of here.
Well, don't fall. Go yourself. I'm not helping you.
They're not there.
This looks like that. For the couples.
I'm going this way.
Are so funny, but careful. I hear they aren't too good on one's back. Lark, what do you say Mabel would buy?
For those two. So do we get the point?
She totally just made up her own mind. Are those two? Did we get
I'm always telling those kids to get off my lawn.
kids these days. What about you, Arlo?
Man.
Sony? Well, that does it. 5 more points go to Arlo and Sony, which means they finish with 10 points and Larkin.
Wait.
I
missed the part. We have to.
We missed the script there.
My bad. We're gonna have to just make something up. Just go.
Okay, we need to pause. I can't write with my left hand.
That's what I was thinking. I almost started laughing. Okay, let's just pause it there and then have Kylie write it quick, and then can we just cut it?
Yeah. What do I write down?
Breast implant.
Or just the implants, yeah.
She's writing breast.
I spell guitar, G-U-I.
Guitar. Yep.
Okay.
Okay, now where am I at?
I feel like I'm sounding Western instead of like hippie-like, but that's alright.
She's writing boobs.
You're transgender.
Like,
Lark, your answer, please.
Our first kiss was soon after my amputation, and the first thing that came to my mind.
time out. She still has her arm.
Oh.
Ow!
What arm? Tuck this arm in.
Did you start it?
Number the
Oh. We're over here. Wait, where are we walking in from?
This
The side, but then when she announces, how do you announce it? But I think you should stand in front and like just.
I
kinda-
say these two have been married for 69 years.
And then walk out.
today.
I would say. And just
Okay,
kinda-
walk out from over there.
Yeah. Mackenzie, I think we should.
Or where she performed an up.
Ow! You can keep it going.
You gotta keep going.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys could come out here if you wanted and just be like.
Yeah, introduce yourself.
And then once they get done talking about you, then you can go sit back
What
down.
if they come from here and then they walk across and go to their seats?
Oh, that'd be smart. Go over there.
Crap!
I can't take them.
I can't either. Their eyes are like all greedy.
Generations couple to older generations. Let's meet tonight's couple.
No. I'm sorry.
What is your problem?
Get back over here.
She had a booger.
Oh my god!
Actually?
No.